Welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Win for all.
Good afternoon and welcome to Manila, the Philippines. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Group in, game day 5. We're getting ready to watch New Zealand and Egypt.
Number 0.
Well, we've been watching games in the Mall of Asia for several days now, and the two teams that we're about to watch, they did not make it to the second round yet. They have had a tournament that has given us a lot to think about, not only about this tournament, but about the futures, the presence and the futures of these two programs. And I think the one thing that comes to mind is that they both are very positive, very optimistic, looking ahead the direction these two national team programs are heading. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Mike Taylor and Mike. Egypt and New Zealand hoping to get to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments. All they can do is control what they do, and that means come out and play a great game.
Yes, and both of these teams have looked really good at times. I think we've loved the way they have played. New Zealand with excellent three-point shooting and guard play. Egypt with Asem Marai and inside play. You know, this is, every team has challenges when they come out here, and they're trying to get as many wins as they can. These games are important for classification, but also for the next rounds, Olympics and things along these lines.
Well, there's Roy Rana, the coach. His Egypt team lost to Lithuania. They lost to Montenegro, but they got their first win against Mexico. So finishing group play 1 and 2. They really throttled Jordan in their last game. So they've really put themselves into a decent position in terms of trying to get to the Olympics with a direct ticket from Africa. Now, a lot of that depends on what happens with South Sudan. If Egypt wins this game at least by as many points as South Sudan win in their game against Angola, if in fact they do win, it would be Egypt that would go to the Olympics. For New Zealand, it's a lot more complicated. We're not going to know till the end of the day really what their prospects are officially, because it just depends on so many other factors. But the one thing they do know, again, they need to come out and win, and they want to win by as many points as possible.
Yes, and you said it before, Jeff. The most important thing for these teams in these positions, focus on the things that you can control. There's so many moving parts and so many things that will impact it. The best thing that they can do is come out here and win the game and see where they stand when the smoke clears.
Well, New Zealand started really brightly. They led the USA for a lot of their opening game, but they ended up falling 99-72. They did beat Jordan in overtime, and then they fell to Greece after leading much of that game. See New Zealand taking on Egypt first, and then tonight we're going to have another big game between Jordan and Mexico.
Please welcome on the court.
I guess the real downer for New Zealand was that they lost their last game against Mexico, and that would have been a game that they would have thought that they would have won, I think, before that game. So it's Egypt at 2 and 2, both Mexico and New Zealand at 1 and 3, and Jordan 0 and 4. And I think New Zealand are hoping, obviously, that they win this game and that then Jordan does them a favor by beating Mexico.
The national anthem of Egypt.
So right now we're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of New Zealand.
So lovely to hear the national anthems from Egypt and also New Zealand. And as is always the process, we will hear the haka from New Zealand. And it looks like, as we see Daniel Garcia, Peter Prak, Sham Park, Kyung Jin from Venezuela, Hungary, and Korea, they are the referees. So now the haka. So the haka, the traditional dance of the Maori people, and New Zealand use it before games. It's used to challenge opponents before matches, before games, and it's obviously it's a sign of respect for the opponent, for Egypt, and it's also something that they do for themselves to get them ready for the game. And well, now
Jeff,
it's about basketball.
It's something special. I think the haka, I've loved it to observe it and witness it. And again, the most important thing is it's about respect and sportsmanship. Beautiful to see.
And Egypt are going to start with Amir Zahran, Ahab Amin, Patrick Gardner, Omar Hussein, and Asa Marai. We renamed him Awesome Marai. El Ghazawi, El Gindi, Musa, Mahmoud, Abu Shusha, and Arabi all coming off the bench. There is Awesome Marai.
Jeff, Awesome Marai has been awesome. 20 points, 14 rebounds. It hasn't been a completely smooth World Cup for him with the rash and the allergic reaction. You know, but he's been an outstanding low post player, inside presence for this Egypt team.
And Ahab Amin has been, his engine just keeps running, doesn't it?
And he made what was my favorite and one of the most unbelievable plays in this World Cup, diving after the steal to create after the loose ball to create the steal in the fourth quarter of the Jordan game. He's been great.
And there's Roy Rana, the coach.
Again, Egypt has put themselves in a great situation here. You know, who would be thinking about Olympics, you know, before this World Cup for Egypt? They've really played well and put themselves in a great spot.
So for New Zealand, the starting five for Peru Cameron is going to be Ruben Tarangi, Finn Delaney, Shea Illy, Yanni Wetzel, and Jordan Nartai. So Nartai in the starting five today with Leafa, Britt, Cameron, Smith-Milner, Harris, Walter Brown, and Isaac Fotu coming off the bench. And Finn Delaney been one of the top three players without a doubt in this team.
And what's interesting about Finn Delaney today is as he's been like a small 4 at different times for this New Zealand team, how can he match up with the front court and the length of Egypt? He's been great rebounding.
And Shea Illy, another of the star players in this team.
Shea Illy has done so many wonderful things, pushing the ball, playing pick and roll, getting big baskets. He's handled pressure from several teams. He's had an outstanding tournament, and it's going to be a great matchup. Illy versus Amin.
And obviously, Pero Cameron, the head coach.
Pero is focused, Jeff.
He is focusing on something right now, that's for sure. And the other star player, obviously, Ruben Tarangi, who's just been incredible.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Ruben. Love his game. Big guard, versatile. And again,
first trip. Yeah, if you have it. Ron, you're in the strong side corner. Omar, you're in the weak side corner. We're going away. Throw it. As soon as he catches it, throw it back. We're going away, stampede. Catch and drive it to your right hand. Okay, if you can't throw it back, okay, spread it out. Okay, let's curl Patrick, get him a touch and get him going down there. Second play.
Fucking handshake, here we go, here we go.
See, New Zealand ranked second in the world, 29.8 3-point attempts per game, 42% at this World Cup.
That's been their strength, the perimeter shooting, but they need to hit shots today. The inside strength of Egypt against the perimeter shooting and perimeter game of New Zealand.
And you wonder how they will contend with the low blocks, and also in terms of issues of depth, who might have the advantage here in this game. Egypt do go really deep to their bench. So again, these teams trying to play as well as possible to get themselves into contention for a spot, or to enhance their chances rather of making it to one of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments. And again, don't forget, with Egypt, they're kind of going head to head with, effectively, with South Sudan. If South Sudan win right now, they're beating Angola by 14. Well, then Egypt know they need to win by 14. Whatever that final score is for South Sudan, if they win, Egypt will know it for sure by the end of the game. But if New Zealand are winning, it won't matter. Hello, everybody. A very big, very important game is underway here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup between New Zealand and Egypt. Egypt in the red winning the opening tip, and Ahab Amin coming up short with his first attempt. Here's Tarangi. Surprised he almost got too far behind the backboard there. And good work on the offensive glass by New Zealand, so foul on Egypt. Seven on the shot clock. Shea Illy has it, and he is fouled again by Omar Hussein. Hasn't always started in games, and it could be that he's going to have to come out quickly here.
Well, Coach Rana wants him out there for his defensive work, and unfortunately, the 2 quick fouls will lead to an adjustment here for Egypt early in the game.
That's going to bring young Adam Musa into the game. Oh, look at Finn Delaney with the cut. And he goes strong, and a foul called as Delaney attacks the rim.
And you can see this is one of the interesting matchups on the floor here today. Finn Delaney and his activity against the length and size of Gardner. Delaney has really delivered for his team, New Zealand. Gardner's been a little inconsistent, but he's been really good at times for Egypt as well. That's a great matchup in this game.
Well, they needed to get a couple of fouls, but they finally have gotten to the free throw line. They've made their way. Finn Delaney, you can see his averages, and he sinks the first. He's going to be going back to the Australian NBL, playing with the New Zealand Breakers after a sensational season in Germany with Telekom Basket Spawn. Patrick Gardner, his mother's Egyptian. Here is Ahab Amin, and his attempt not there, but awesome Marai with the rebound.
That's what he does. Great rebound and nice finish. Awesome Marai.
Tarangi gets blocked. Marai brings it up the floor, hands it off to Zahran. No look pass to Ahab Amin, wide open. Doesn't drop. Finn Delaney drives in, doesn't settle. And now a foul. Oh, a technical foul has been called. Some trash talking.
And this is the second trash talk technical foul we saw from Delaney in this tournament. It's one thing to attack your closeout and finish at the rim, but that is unnecessary to just get right in your opponent's face and run your mouth.
I don't know why I like Finn as a player, but I don't know why he thinks he's going to be able to do that and get away with it. That was a good call by the Korean referee.
If it happens earlier in the tournament, if you remember in the corner, you know, now you need to learn from that and get to move on from it. Learn from your mistake.
I mean, he's a veteran. He plays with a lot of fire, but what he's done is he's put himself in danger now of an early rejection if they call an unsportsmanlike foul on him. Here's Shea Illy. And Finn Delaney's indispensable. They can't afford to lose him. Shea Illy. Zahran rebounds and runs. Oh. Cuts back over to Gardner. Ahab Amin misses his third shot. And a foul called on New Zealand, this time going for the rebound.
And Jeff, you can just see Marai, his activity going to the boards this time. Natai hooks his arm, gets called for the foul. But this is the challenge of the game. How does New Zealand match up with Marai and Gardner, their low post play?
Yanni Wetzel trying to guard Marai, and Marai gets himself down low and gets a foul as well, so he will go to the line for a three-point play.
And Jeff, if you're New Zealand, you're very concerned because Wetzel is your biggest player, and he got bullied right there by awesome Marai.
I'm just wondering if Fotu might be a better matchup in that low post against Marai.
And it very well could be. He's the other five-man option they'll use, but you expect Yanni Wetzel to come out and make a little bit better defensive stand than that early in the game. But credit Asem Marai.
Well, Yanni Wetzel has performed in that role pretty well. Here's Finn Delaney, and quickly to the other end. That's a block called on Shea Illy. Good work from Egypt, pushing it quickly. Zahran.
Jeff, Zahran has really pushed the pace in the early going here. That's been excellent for this Egyptian team.
Well, I think we know where that guy's from. So Ron makes his first free throw. Egypt have been so dependent on the play of Ahab Amin, and he's kind of started cold today, but everybody else is picking up the slack. Egypt really putting their bodies on the Tall Blacks as that time they did not, and Delaney missed the layup.
New Zealand starts the game 1 for 7 from the floor.
Well, they've had 2 days since their defeat to Mexico. Ahab Amin drives in high, and now he's on the board. And Pero Cameron calls timeout. So far so good for Egypt as they chase a spot in the Olympics. Keeping in mind they'll be keeping an eye on South Sudan in their game against Angola, and South Sudan leading it by 15 late in the first half.
Hey, good heat on the rim down here.
Our closeouts need to be better now, Todd.
Hey, number 7, non-shooter, right? So that's where our massive dig is. Your dig is good, but you can't be down that low on the ball like this. In a dig, ready to be out and recover on him. You can't just get an open catch, fucking up, thank you, jump, and he gets on the rim. Come on, we got to fight him better in the post. All right, let's go to for Cook, looking to bump back and run the snap. All right, come on, toughen up. Their energy's better.
I think that phrase right at the end speaks volumes, toughen up. I can kind of understand where Finn Delaney, why he's upset and got the technical, but as you look at this play right here, the drive, because the way Egypt are playing defense, they are really getting right on top of the Tall Blacks as they drive. And there's a lot of body, but at the end of the day, you can't react the way that he did.
Jeff, the reaction to ball pressure is attack the closeout with a direct line drive to the rim and finish your play, or kick it out to your teammate for a shot. It's on the basketball court, channeling your emotions and energy into the game. But also, as Delaney drives,
and
draws
this time
the
he gets the foul on Marai.
But also you heard Pero in the timeout. Their energy is better, and that's the truth. He needed a timeout, and hopefully New Zealand can play with better energy here in the next few possessions.
Well, clearly the aim is to attack that man right there. So he goes out of the game with 1 foul. But the problem that New Zealand have is that they also have Anas Mahmoud, who's a terrific shot blocker.
Well,
He's
even as the players line up here at the free throw line, you can visibly see the length and size advantage in the front court for Egypt.
Now, do you think that Yanni Wetzel has gone out of the game because Marai has gone out, and that's why they've brought Fotu in so early?
It's possible. And now with the sub, we have a different matchup with the backup fives, Mahmoud and Fotu.
Oh, over and back on Adam Musa. It's the first time he's played for Egypt, Adam Musa. And here he is, being guarded by Leafa, who's checked in as well.
Good ball pressure from Leafa.
He stepped out of bounds was the call, not that it was over and back. Yeah, Leafa had that one great game, then it's cooled off a little bit. It could be that he's going to go off today. I think New Zealand would like that very much.
They need it because, again, this is the battle of the inside for Egypt and the outside for New Zealand.
El Gindy's going to check into the game, and Patrick Gardner goes out. So it's like a little chess match right now between the coaches.
But Egypt is now using Gendy as a 4 on Delaney. Delaney, I would believe, has the ability to beat him on closeouts.
Oh, look at the spin from Fotu. Driving in, and the foul called as well. And on Ahab Amin, And the New Zealand fans
Jeff,
whirling the whatevers.
this is the most impressive post move we've seen from Fotu. We've seen him in pick and roll, mid-roll floaters, mid-roll finishes, quick spin on contact, and great finish. Isaac Fotu.
So the foul was indeed on Ahab Amin, and Fotu, who's, I think by his standards, not his best performances here. And it would be great for him to come out today for New Zealand if he really does get the job done against this Egypt team. Delaney out to Illy, and that's twice now Illy's three-pointer has kind of looked pretty good, but just hasn't dropped. Savran, meanwhile, already with 3 rebounds for Egypt. Here's Ahab Amin. Oh, strong move, and earns a trip to the free throw line. And I don't know that Shea Illy has played a player like Ahab Amin that's so strong in attack.
Athletic. I think when you see these two guards go at it, when Amin attacks the rim, he has the size and length advantage against Illy. And right there, you saw it led to a foul.
Now it's interesting, Flynn Cameron, the son of Pero, checks into the game. And in a man-to-man situation, I don't know who he's going to guard.
Well, if he's into the game to guard,
Probably Musa,
but
Leafa will guard.
I would say if he's into the game physically to potentially match up with Amin.
So did you get the size you mean?
Yes.
Tarangi back in, and look at him. Oh, beautiful play. Look out. New Zealand with some razzle-dazzle. They take the lead.
And Fotu is giving him a boost off the bench here. Great pass from Ruben Tarangi.
Gendy from the right corner, you can count it. Leafa from the right, that's good. Look out, here he goes.
And that's the first three-point make for New Zealand.
So they switch, and Ahab Amin shoots over Fotu.
Really good patience there from Amin.
Oh, a little push, and Fotu still scores. Boy, he's playing his best game.
Yeah, he's got it going right now.
Moose's pass tapped out of bounds. Marai checks back into the game. Zadran goes out, so a big front court right now for Egypt. El Ghazawi, also the under-19 FIBA Basketball World Cup stars, checked into the game. Number 1 for the FIBA under-19. Here we go. Amin, a long three, front and back of the rim, stays out. And Hiram Harris is checked in. He gets it to Fotu, who runs the court well. Great hustle back by Anas. And Marai fouled by Flynn Cameron. So that puts Marai on the free throw line. Both teams already over the limit. Well, Mariah is so good. I mean, he's not just a scorer, he's not just a rebound, but he's a great passer, and that means he's got multiple skills to throw against New Zealand.
And Jeff, multiple skills means awesome, awesome. Hassan Mariah.
Much like yourself, you got multiple skills.
1 or 2, Jeff, 1 or 2.
There's the drive and the block, and 2 free throws coming. New Zealand are claiming that the ball was already in the cylinder and that it should count. I don't even think they're going to look at it. Watch this. Oh, they're saying it was on the way down, but no, they're not going to look at it.
I think
that's with the foul.
I think that ball was on the way up, Jeff. I don't think it was close.
Yeah, the referees thought so as well.
Yep. The referees are doing very well here in the Mall of Asia arena. You know, it's best, you think, when they don't talk about the referees much. They just manage the game and do a great job. I've been impressed with what I've seen.
El Guindy, wow. Just went right past the New Zealand defense.
And Jeff, he entered the game as a 4, now he's at a 3. Hits a corner 3, drives to the rim. The captain really ready to play today.
Jay Ellie hands it off to Fotu. Well, Fotu, I don't know what he had for breakfast, but whatever it was, that's what he should eat on game days.
And Jeff, people say all it takes is one shot to go in and you're hot. And that's Fotu. He hit his spin move, a great finish in the lane, and another spinning hook right there. Great play, Isaac Fotu.
El Ghazawi, 3! Now 3-point lead. Fotu spins against Anas, and he's pushed out of bounds. Another foul. The foul's accumulating on the bigs. So he had Fotu 8 points against Mexico in the last game. He had 11 against Jordan. Those were his 2 highest scoring games. And right now he's got 9 points, and he's going to the line.
Well, Jeff, you can see he's really playing with a lot of confidence. He's got a good feeling today. He just got a good rhythm out there, and this is really important. You never know who's going to have it, and Fotu has it right now. That's big for New Zealand.
You would have said, I mean, easily one of their most important players coming into this FIBA Basketball World Cup. And the fact that he hasn't started, I don't know that he's 100%. He's got that thing on his right shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's had a, couple of good, productive, but hard years in Japan, the B-League, where they play back-to-back, a lot of back-to-backs.
And yeah, Jeff, a lot of people talk about how many games and, just how it wears players down in Japan.
Hiram Harris to Fotu, and this time does not score. Ahab Amin, another 3-pointer. 25-20. Ahab Amin just having himself a tournament. Jay Illy back outside. Le'afa, great drive. Le'afa.
Oh, Jeff, Le'afa also has been really good at times and some quiet at times. He's started this game extremely well for New Zealand.
Here's Guindy. He's had a good start to the game. And that does not drop. So at the end of the first quarter, Egypt lead the New Zealand All Blacks 25-22. So looking back at these highlights, and you can see how Marai's really active. And the big development for New Zealand really was the insertion of Fotu. This is where Marai had his way with Yanni Wetzel.
There's that great move from Fotu on the block.
Well, courtside 1891, scanning the QR code, the barcode there on the screen, and get it in your smartphone to get video streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. Download it on the Apple Store, get it on Google Play. Courtside 1891. And Finn Delaney in the game now. Shea Ili, Yanni Wetzel back. Isaiah Liafa and Ruben Tarangi. And it's El Ghazawi, Gardner, Marai, Ahab Amin, and El Gindi for Egypt. Liafa. What is it about making the early shots? Once the shots go in?
All it takes is one, Jeff. One shot goes in, and shooters tell themselves they're hot. Liafa of that mindset, 8 points in the early going here.
El Gindi to the corner, now down low, the dump, and Marai passes it back to Gardner. Gardner runs in, the ball goes off of Marai and out of bounds. That's a lot to handle for New Zealand with Marai, first of all, and then Gardner feeding Marai.
Yeah, Marai with the physicality, Gardner with the length. You can see the challenge for New Zealand, but they won that battle.
There's Liafa. Thought about uncorking it. Shea Ili. Difficult shot, and another reach and another foul.
I'd love to see these teams huddle, really communicate, get onto the same page. Good communication from both New Zealand and Egypt. You see there, Ili has been so impressive getting into the paint and finishing. He's handled ball pressure from several different teams extremely well. Great point guard play throughout the tournament from Ili.
Shea Ili sits down. Here is El Gindi. Drive, oh, ball knocked away. Patrick Gardner has it. And Tarangi comes down with the basketball. Delaney drives, scores!
And that was excellent teamwork. Ball reversal, attacking the long closeout. Delaney right to the rim.
So Tarangi, here we are again looking at the drive and the latest bucket from Delaney. Khaled in the game, number 28 for Egypt. Here is Ahab Amin, and the ball goes out of bounds. Boy, that was a long attempt from three-point range, and Ahab Amin looking for a foul. Delaney drives again. It almost feels to me like New Zealand before the game said, okay guys, here's the game plan. Give the ball to Finn and let him go straight to the hoop every single time.
Well, that's the strength of his game, attacking closeouts. We've seen it throughout the entire tournament. You see he goes to the basket with such energy. You know, he's relentless.
I didn't see this, but I will put the
I think one
attention
thing
in.
that Egypt have done very well is they've maintained control of their emotions in this World Cup. They've really focused on the game, and I don't think they want to start getting drawn into a lot of conversations with the referees.
Roy Rana is a very poised coach. You can see he has an influence over these players.
Delaney makes the first, now a 4-point lead for New Zealand. And another free throw good, and New Zealand have really turned this thing around. New Zealand right now on a 10-0 run. And a trip or a block called on Flynn Cameron. Flynn Cameron's going to go out. Taylor Britt's going to come into the game.
And one of the things that you pointed out earlier, Jeff, was how will both teams' benches react?
Well, Taylor Britt was outstanding at the FIBA Asia Cup last year. Look at Leafa reach in and knock it away. And now an over and back. I think Ahab got it back. Ahab Amin probably had possession before he crossed over. It's a little bit unfortunate, but great defense. Boy, Leafa is making some plays today, isn't he? Yeah, that was close, but I think they got it right. Taylor Britt was outstanding at the Asia Cup. We did see him early this World Cup, but he hasn't really gotten off the bench. So he's back in now, and I think he's got something to offer. Boy, Shusha with a push. Have they called that on Shusha? Yeah. Look at this.
Jeff, is it me, or is every call disagreed with?
Yeah, that's what I was that's why I was bringing that up. For the first time, Egypt are starting to question some of the referees' calls, and the block called on Ahab Amin, and now a technical foul has been called on Egypt. And this is not something that we have seen from Egypt in this World Cup. So technical foul, and now Roy Rana, who rarely shows emotion, seems to be losing it a little bit. I've never seen him like this at midcourt. He needs to be careful how he talks to the ref.
For the technical foul, 2 shots for the foul.
There he is. Look at this. That is very un-Roy Rana-like. I'm sure he's had moments like this before, just I haven't seen him. But so that was the disagreement from Egypt. They thought they had good position, and the technical foul was on Amir Zahran. Okay, and here is, he seems to be saying something about the New Zealand bench. I mean, in fairness to the referees, they did call a technical foul on Finn Delaney at the start of the game. So you kind of got to be on notice that you don't want to lose your emotional discipline.
Without a doubt. And we had just complimented Egypt on how well they had done throughout the tournament to this point. Let's see how they can recover.
So he takes 2 free throws, and now this will be the 3rd. So he took the technical, he made it. He missed the first. Oh no, is there a second technical foul as well? Oh, the coach also got a technical foul. Roy Rada for complaining.
I think that he got a technical foul for throwing his markers.
All the way down.
And it rolled onto the court.
But I was wondering what Zico, the assistant coach of New Zealand, was doing, because he came walking over to hand something back to the Egypt bench.
So
and it was the marker.
There was the reaction from the players on the court and the reaction from Roy on the bench as well. Let's go into the timeout.
He's definitely made his mark.
Shisha, you're up. Indy, get down. Hey, play as hard as you fucking can for the next fucking. Fuck them. All right, we didn't come here to get fucking screwed. Hard as you can for 3 minutes. Keep your hands off, and let's punch them in the face. Got to push in transition. Okay, we're playing 6 guys right now. It's ridiculous. So, first trip down the floor. Okay, we're gonna go thumb down. Is the pops open? We're gonna have it?
Well, here's a look back at some of the highlights, but Mike, some interesting words, choice of words from over there in the Egypt huddle. I don't know what you make of it. I mean, I guess in a way it's, you want your guys to be fired up.
Well, there's several Egypt players on 2 fouls right now. Amin, a key player, Gardner, a key player, Marai, a key player, and now Hussein. So you've got 4 players, key players with 2 fouls. They're frustrated about the situation, but again, you know, part of that is the technical fouls that they got into here.
Now you got some full court, and you know, that's a sporting term. Let's go out and punch them in the face. So there's nothing wrong with that. But clearly they are rankled, and the coach really wants his team to, I would think, up the physicality a little bit here.
And that's dangerous there for Marai. He's got 2 fouls. He's trying to post up. He gets tangled up with Fotu. It was a foul on Fotu, but the danger is that you're tangled up and you get called for your 3rd foul. So they've got to be very careful here and play intelligent basketball.
Egypt over the limit, New Zealand with 3. There is a miss from Amir Zahran.
You know, Jeff, Zahran has pushed the ball really well in transition. He's been active, but he might be playing a little too fast for himself right now.
You know, Mike, just speaking objectively, I think Rana just needs to be careful because he's already got a technical, and he doesn't want to get thrown out of the game. Here's Delaney.
Finn Delaney is an outstanding player attacking closeouts. This was a 2nd or 3rd time. He's done a great job out of that corner to get to the rim and finish.
Where do you go if you're Egypt right now? Oh, beautiful play. Oh, and Leafa fouls Zahran. Amir Zahran going to the free throw line. And you can already see how this game is going right here. Look at this. The referee now, Marai, having words with Leafa. And I don't know if the game starts to become very scrappy. Delaney might have gotten away with a hold there. Look at this. I mean, it's a foul. There's nothing else to it.
Well, again, it's that punch him in the face mentality. You're coming out to try to be aggressive. You're frustrated about how the game has gone. You know, this is where officials have to really take control of the game.
I mean, right now, that stops a 15-0 run for New Zealand. So that was part of the frustration for Egypt. Here's Britt, and nowhere to go. He goes down, hoping a foul's going to be called, and it's not. He needs to get up and play some D. Here's the dump to Marai. Nice play. Egypt, that's much better.
And Fotu has to give a little more defensive effort than that. He's only got one foul. Marai got great position and scored.
Shea Illy for three. Well, better things happen when the Tall Blacks are attacking the rim. Here's Amin, and he scores. And not surprisingly, Pedro Cameron calls timeout. The Egypt fans looking a little happier now.
Good response from Egypt there. Focus their energy into the game.
Let's go down to the bench.
Hey, come on!
Hey, 25 flip, you got it? Defensively, we can't let him drive on us. We got to show a wall on any of his drives, okay? Make him get back out, and then they're probably going to go in at 50, all right? And then we dig up the appropriate guys. That's our solid D, all right? Don't try and challenge him too early. Fucking just make sure we get on top of number 4.
Don't tell me this game doesn't mean anything. I mean, these two coaches, the way they're talking to their players in the huddle, this is like going to be a live, let's put it this way, it's going to be a lively 25 minutes and 23 seconds the rest of the way.
Yeah, I love what I've seen from both of these teams so far. Really competitive, and again, it's not just the top 8 quarterfinal games that mean something. All these classification games are really important too.
Bounce pass to Fotu. Oh, he gets rejected by Anas Mahmoud. That was a big time rejection. Wow. The length, the athleticism, and the anger. Bounce pass, and another rejection from Anas. Back-to-back swats from number 10. Ahab Amin loses it now. A chance to run. Jordan Nartai hands it off to Shea Illy. Nartai. Anas running right at him, and Tohi Smith-Milner gets the rebound, and he is fouled. Anas, sensational work on the defensive end. So that's the second foul on Amir Zahran. Both teams now over the limit with just under 5 minutes remaining. These games between the teams that have not made it to the second round, if I'm being honest, have been outstanding.
You can
on
see
day one.
You see the intensity, the competitiveness.
I mean, we saw Mexico come out real strong. Egypt, obviously, they blew away
Jordan, 85 to 69.
Which was unexpected. Well, they ran away from them at the end. I don't know if I'd say blew them away, but it was, I mean, this game is about as intense a game that we have seen. And now almost the steal. Shea Illy goes out, falls out of bounds. Here's Roy Ryan trying to see a resurgence, or hoping to see a resurgence here of Egypt to try to get back in front, because right now South Sudan, 15 minutes remaining, I don't know if he realizes it, but they're leading at 65-43 over Angola. Remember, they want to try to win by as many points as South Sudan win today, and right now they're losing by 5. Egypt steps out of bounds, the 18-year-old. So El-Ghazawi, Karim El-Ghazawi, who played at the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup for Egypt. And you can see he's a special talent, but he stepped out of bounds that time. Here's Tarangi. Shea Ili lets El-Ghazawi fly past and misses the shot. New Zealand have not been making their threes.
1 for 7.
Only Leafa has knocked one in, and now Marai up the court to Ahab Amin. And that's a big part of the New Zealand game, is knocking down three-pointers.
We expected that to be a strength of their team. Second.
Great drive. Oh, look at the rebound, Marai. Oh, stays with it. And Anas hustles, gets the ball back. When Anas Mahmoud has been terrific since coming back into the game. The pass deflected, it goes to Marai. Oh, he gets rejected. Toby Smith-Milner. Where did that come from? And now El-Ghazawi gets the steal. No, he steps out of bounds and then has to hop over the rail cam track.
Jeff, tremendous defensive energy.
Look at this. Look at that. That definitely wasn't on the way down, was it? Look at that. Oh.
And again, these bench players, Mahmoud, Smith-Milner, making an impact in the game.
Smith-Milner was one of the plays of the World Cup for New Zealand. He was the captain of the team that played at the FIBA Asia Cup last year. He's a veteran. And now he has gone back to the bench, perhaps to rest up for his next entry in SWAT.
And Jeff, New Zealand has a matchup with Mahmoud guarding Tarangi. Let's see if they go to...
I don't know, Mahmoud is such a good shot swatter. Tarangi goes past him. Here we go, it's Marai, he gets rejected as well, but there for the follow is Anas Mahmoud. What a battle. And good job, Ahab Amin reaches in, the ball goes off of Ruben Tarangi. Boy, both teams really increasing the intensity. Look at this. But then, unfortunate, Mahmoud and Fotu looks like he might have been injured on the play. He's going to go sit down. Timeout has been called. Finn Delaney, 12 points, 1 block. The call to battle.
We're coming off. Okay. Patrick Donis. Let's go shirt. Regular shirt. If it's not there, pop, DHO, come back and clean them up. Okay. If you're open, okay, on the pop, you shoot it up. Thank you.
I love these shots, these close-ups. Tasty to get those of you, Mike. I was like, no, don't do that, Mike.
There was so much emotion on the floor in these games. Zone defense here from New Zealand out of the timeout.
And in it goes to Anas Mahmoud.
Great high-low pass from Gardner there. Mahmoud finishing again at the rim.
It's back to a one-point game now. Delaney hands it off to Yanni Wetzel. And he goes up for the dunk, and he's fouled.
And that's going to be
the foul
3.
on us. Is it? Look at this.
Third.
Well, if he touched him, he only grazed him on the arm. I almost hate to see him go out. He's been such a tower of power for Egypt, and now he's going to have to sit down. His 3rd foul. Oh, boy, what a blow for Egypt, because his rim protection was elite.
4 points, 4 fouls, along with those blocks. 4 points, 4 rebounds, along with those blocks.
Yanni Wetzel gets it to go, so probably, I don't know if you'd say it's relief for New Zealand that Anas has gone out of the game, but it must seem like they've won a minor victory there here at the end of the first half to get him to go back to the bench. Here's Patrick Gardner. Here's Leafa. Oh, pass to Delaney from the corner, and a rare three-pointer falls for New Zealand in this game.
But it was the direct line drive pressuring the rim from Leafa. Drew the defense in, paint touch 3, money in the bank for Delaney.
They have a mean drives, no call, now the other way for the Tall Blacks, and Wetzel.
What a play.
And quickly to the other way, Khaled scores.
Looks like Delaney was down after that play, but beautiful bounce pass in transition. You can see the contact to draw the foul. But we saw great rim runs. Here's the rim run from Wetzel. Look at the pass from Shea Illy.
No look.
That's fantastic.
Tyrese Halliburton would have admired that.
Yeah, that's beautiful transition basketball. Shea Illy, we've seen outstanding point guard play from him all tournament. But the last few possessions, the big men are really running to the rim in transition.
Delaney goes out with 2 fouls. Probably, I would think, sit down for the rest of the half. Hiram Harris checks in. And he makes just 1 of 2. Look at him scrap for the basketball. Patrick Gardner. Here's the pass to Leafa for 3. Good! What a difference it makes for New Zealand when he's knocking down threes. He's got 14 points. Leafa suddenly as hot as a firecracker. Ahab Amin drives, his pass batted away by Leafa. Now New Zealand on the break, over to Ruben Tarangi. Now El Gindi tries to go fast, and the foul has been called on New Zealand. His second.
Another paint touch 3, pressure the rim, kick it out. Leafa buries it. Leafa will stay in the game with the 2 fouls.
Well, it has not been Egypt's quarter, that's for sure. New Zealand beating them 23-10 in this frame. And El Gindi started fast, kind of cooled off a little. Final 30 seconds of the first half. Here's Leafa. Gets free. I don't think he wants the first half to end.
No, he's got it going.
And look at him, he gets the steal. Oh, and now, Sadran, terrific play defensively. And now they got to go quickly. Hiram Harris, Zadran, I think, went too quick himself. Leafa, can you believe it? If he had made that, I would have fallen out of my seat because I didn't think he was going to get another chance. What a response from New Zealand. They trailed by 5 late in the first quarter, and they have just stormed ahead, 47-35 over Egypt at halftime.
Taking a look at the numbers, again, the three-point shooting. When New Zealand hits them, it feels like they got a lot of momentum, but they're only 3 for 11. Double the amount of free throw makes for New Zealand, 16-8 in the first half. 12 assists to 7, 20 rebounds each, 8 turnovers compared to 4. Egypt and New Zealand. Leafa with 16. Delaney 15. Key players for the Tall Blacks.
Well, Egypt with a lot of work to do.
But Jeff, a lot of work also. Focus on the game. Don't waste so much time on the officials.
9 points, 6 rebounds for Asa Marai, 15 points, 2 rebounds for Finn Delaney. And while he had the technical foul for Jong, he's bounced back nicely from that with his attacking the rim plays, kind of setting the tone. And of course, Leafa has taken it to a different level with his three-point shooting today.
Yeah, Delaney you kind of expect. Leafa has been hot or cold with the team today. This first half, it's been hot. What's interesting about this New Zealand game today is they're doing it by getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line, while their three-point shots have not been going down. If they can hit more threes in the second half, they could really break the game open. Marai has been really efficient down low. 9 points, 6 boards at the half.
I definitely think the little extra distraction of maybe not focusing on the game and worrying about some of the calls. Egypt need to block that stuff out if they're going to come back and win this.
Yeah, there's
first
no
of all.
doubt.
And the other thing is, okay, so remember, if South Sudan win, whatever their margin of victory, Egypt has to match with a victory of their own. And right now, South Sudan leading by 15 over Angola late in the third.
And when you're in that situation, you need to focus on what you can control. Win the game first. Focus on winning the game.
So we're going to now pause. We've got 47-35, New Zealand on top.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Ivanovic, now he misses the layup. Now quickly, outlet to Tyrese Halliburton, the lob to Banchero. And Mike, Montenegro can't afford the misses.
Musuela, he's made the last one. Kicks it to Dia. 8 on the shot clock. Spain don't panic, they go inside to Garuba. Got to go up. Fernandez with a prayer at the end of the clock. Knocks it down. Timeout, Lavia. And Rudy Fernandez does what Rudy Fernandez does.
Doncic will try from midcourt. He gets it from the logo. The fans on their feet. His dad in the stands. Slovenia, all but securing their future to the quarters.
Pushes that lead back up to 10. And wow. I believe it was a block. They're gonna say it was a block.
Behind that pass, Wagner slam. It's Schroeder to Wagner. Germany fans on their feet.
Well, the finish was powerful, but the pass was exquisite.
Doncic hits Horvat. No, it's blocked. Exum there on the read. No look pass to Toby. They've had a connection all tournament long.
It is, and they got to reevaluate. The hard showing on everyone.
Finding Bogdanovic. Turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovic. Troika. Well, coach, it may be Troika time. He's made the three-pointer. They're going into the halftime break with a 2-point lead. Well, dobro jutro, dobar dan, dobra večer, laku noć, Serbia. That is for you.
Normantas. And, oh, the rejection from Antetokounmpo on Big Jonas. What a swat.
Waters now pulls up, half court. Oh, baby! 3 puntos, por favor. Trevon Waters. Ay, Dios mío. Incredible, as they would say back in Puerto Rico. Away in the flush.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Ahab Amin, 10 points in the first half, leading Egypt in scoring. You can look at his numbers. Just 1 of 5 from deep, but overall bringing the energy. But yeah, Mike, my main concern for him, and maybe especially him, is he just needs to focus on the game.
Yeah,
really, because it really does detract from his game if he starts to talk too much to the refs, unfortunately.
And we've seen him during free throw situations, during dead ball situations, constantly talking to the officials. Jeff, my point in a positive way, you know, here's Amin, he's got 10 points at the half. You see he's missed a lot of shots. You know, you're like, hey, he's not having a great game, but he still has 10 points. You know, he's still
he's
productive.
bringing the energy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a frenetic pace there for a while. It really seemed like that sequence where they called the technical foul, the 2 technical fouls after the foul in favor of New Zealand. That was kind of tilted the balance. He's got 16 points, Leafa, to lead all scorers in the game.
And Jeff, Leafa has hit 2 out of 3 threes. His shooting is critical to this team. The rest of the New Zealand Tall Blacks are 1 for 8 from beyond the arc in the first half. Now that will change because they're an outstanding 3-point shooting team. What's impressive to me is they've managed to go 20-20 rebounding, so the battle on the boards is even, and points in the paint is even at 18 for each team. So the advantage that we expected Egypt to have coming in is kind of negated. If they can keep that up and add the 3-point shooting, New Zealand should be right where they need to be. Leafa will be the key. Look at that, a lot of green on that shot chart.
Well, the big question is, can New Zealand maintain this kind of momentum that they picked up in the first half? That halftime probably is not what they wanted because they're playing so well.
Well, you know, one of the points that we discussed earlier was which bench would be more of a factor. And right now in the first half, the New Zealand bench scores 26 points compared to 13 for Egypt. They've been more of a factor. They've been more efficient. It started with Fotu entering the game, and then the rest of the team just followed suit. In general, New Zealand has focused their energy on the basketball a little bit better than Egypt, and that's made the difference today.
16 points for Leafa, 1 assist, 2 steals. I mean, is that something that, as a coach, you would notice when you're on the bench?
Yeah.
And would you pull a player out and just say, hey, listen, you got to focus on the game?
Yeah, basically what I always like to say to our players was play positive. Use your energy positively. So you talk about how you channel your energy into the game, focus your emotions into the game, and focus your energy on the game. We can all be frustrated by situations. We can all be frustrated by officials' call, but you know, how do you respond to that? That focus is the key. And every game is different. Every situation is different. Even veteran and experienced players can get frustrated and lose their focus for a while. But the key, Jeff, is to refocus quickly and recognize, you know, hey, I need to play positive and use my energy productively.
So just like Egypt are trying to get a big win to take the direct Olympic qualifying spot, which is not looking very promising right now, New Zealand are trying to get a big win to enhance their prospects of getting to the Olympics.
And this
or
is
not the Olympics, but ultimately to the Olympics. But for them, it's the Olympic qualifying tournament.
And this is what is, you know, behind the scenes. Fans see the classification game, but there's a lot on the line for these teams. This is kind of where the extra pressure, the external pressure comes on because of the hopes and the expectations.
Well, I like the fact that they're playing hard, both teams. And you can see it means a lot to them. But if it does mean a lot to you, well, you got to block out the other stuff and just go hard.
And let's keep in mind, in the games we saw here at Mall of Asia Arena yesterday, we saw Montenegro leading against the USA at halftime. USA turned it up, and what a great turnaround for Lithuania in the second half of the second game.
You shoot it. If not, we're touching it. Yeah, coming off. And then your point, touch, point. You're going to clean up Patrick back to the ball.
Trying to go a little deeper so you can come and catch it here. Every time we do like a doubt, something for you to catch it here, I'm just not aggressive. We want you to shoot the ball. All right, so I'll come
you don't get too deep, but because we want to.
Ball's going to be there.
Just kick it back to Ruth.
It's coming back to you. Five's here. You dribble here, throw back. And then it goes, all right?
Okay, fellas.
Come on, fellas.
Hey, fellas.
Come on, fellas.
Hey. You're coming out hard this first fucking minute and a half, 2 minutes, okay? You're emotional. They have more energy to go, all right? They cut in.
There we go.
Jeff, I absolutely love going into those huddles. It's great to see the teams, how they communicate with each other, how they communicate with the coaches.
Scanning the barcode to get the FIBA Basketball World Cup app in your smartphone for all the stats, photos, videos, you name it, it's got it. Second half action underway here in the Mall of Asia in Manila, the Philippines, the FIBA Basketball World Cup. A crucial battle between Egypt and New Zealand. Egypt starting with possession, and Patrick Gardner, relatively quiet offensively in the first half, comes right out and scores the first bucket. That's his first bucket of the game, in fact. Well, a lot of ball on that rejection, but apparently there was some arm as well.
And it's interesting that both coaches target the four-man matchup. On one end, we see Gardner get a nice running finish, and on the other side, Pero Cameron and New Zealand go back to the attacking the closeout from Gardner in the corner for Finn Delaney.
Here's Marai trying to go to work on Wetzel. Gardner for three. Tarangi looks off the floor. They have a mean for three. So the foul on Yanni Wetzel. So now he's disagreeing. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can hear that. And now an offensive foul called on Egypt.
Moving screen on Marai, that'll be his third. You know what you talk about as we see the moving screen, now other teams, other people start to complain, it's contagious, right? But this is having the awareness that everyone impacts each other when you're on a team. So everyone has to have that same mindset.
Omar Shah with another foul. He's a foul magnet today. He can't stay on the court without getting fouled.
Yeah, he's played 2 minutes and has 3 fouls.
It's incredible. And traveling on Delaney.
Delaney attacking the basket again. That time got stopped by Gardner. And you see here, this is where he struggled with the length. Look at the length from Gardner.
They have a mean.
And Jeff, for Amin, those were the shots that were going down earlier in this World Cup that led to his high-scoring games. But this is what makes tournaments like this so difficult to be productive at that high level. He's played so well. He still has 10 points in the game. But those are the shots that Egypt needs to help them come back and cut into the deficit.
And the ball goes out of bounds. So it turns back over to New Zealand. Oh, Nartai might have gotten away with a foul reaching around from behind there, but New Zealand will be happy they didn't blow the whistle. Here's Leafa for 3. Right now, the game doesn't have a great flow to it, to be honest. A lot of whistles,
Jeff,
a lot of stops.
You are very honest. That is very accurate.
Ahab Amin. He misses. Leafa stops and doesn't pop. Nartai gets it back. Look at him share the basketball. And Yanni Wetzel.
That was outstanding teamwork, awareness. Great play for New Zealand.
There's the dunk for Anas Mahmoud.
Hey, Mahmoud is outstanding in those slip situations. He's done it several times in the tournament. He does it right there. Great play, Mahmoud.
Yeah, Anas, I'm in the Mahmoud to do some damage right now. There he is getting the rebound. El Gindi. That's it. That's more like it. Egypt pull back to within 9. Now the ball knocked out of Tarangi's hands, but a foul. Zarhan with the whistle. Zarhan, excuse me.
There's that beautiful slip and finish. But you know, Egypt complaining about the call. Zarhan feels like, hey, I got part of the ball, but you are reaching across his body.
And swiping down.
Yeah, and that's...
It just looks...
It's...
You're putting yourself in danger of having that call be made.
Yeah, so, you know...
Sometimes you'll get away with it, and it's worth the gamble, but sometimes it doesn't pay off, like on that occasion.
There's still plenty of time in this game for Egypt to chip away and get back into it. 11-point deficit at the moment.
El Gindi takes it deep! Now Egypt need to lock down on defense. Flynn Cameron playing important minutes here for New Zealand. Both Flynn and Finn are on the court. Here he is, a little step back. And now Ahab Amin. Egypt needs something from this trip. They need to get a run. Gardner takes it deep, he's bumped. He is going to the line for a 3-point play. What a finish by Patrick Gardner.
On one side, Delaney attacks the closeouts. On this side, Gardner posts up. It's a very interesting matchup between these two key players for their teams. And we like what we see from Gardner starting this second half, trying to assert himself offensively. That was a great finish through contact.
That's right, he didn't score in the first half. Does not fully capitalize. Can Egypt get a stop? Because that's what it's about right now. They got to get stops, and they reach in. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be with New Zealand for 10 seconds on the shot clock. Flynn Cameron loses the handle. Here comes Ahab Amin. Oh, between the legs. What a play! Hands it off. Going through his legs. Zaran flies in. And Ahab Amin, you're on the highlight reel. Once again.
I love it.
What a play.
Amin showing what he can do, drops it off, and a really good finish there from Zarhan.
Hey. want to play through thin. All right, they're obviously over-helping every time. They've got a point guard on them now. Be patient, all right? When they get on the double, then we make the kickouts, all right? Be disciplined. No fucking one-offs. Stay together on D. We got a man up on D down here, all right?
Big boy guarding me, Clyde guarding him. You want to go get the man?
It's interesting, Mike. Look at that play. Wow!
Jeff, we've seen that in the past. I think back to Mark Jackson. Most recently, we've seen Chris Paul make these between-the-leg drop-off passes. And now Ahab, I mean, it's beautiful teamwork in transition. And that is the type of play that will spark Egypt as they go forward in the game.
They've cut the deficit to 5. And you heard what Pedro Cameron said, we're going to play through Finn Delaney. And that is, look at that, Zaran, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. That's not a bad plan for New Zealand. Delaney, a game high, plus 21 efficiency. He's got 17 points, but here they are, they turn it over. They have a mean, so a real chance here for Egypt. They're building momentum for a potential run. Cameron switches on to Gindi. Gindi drives in, gets it to go! And the whistle blows as well. Egypt grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck.
And you can see visually momentum changing sides. Another steal from Amin.
And again, Flint Cameron, that was a bad turnover. I'm sure Coach Cameron having words as he goes over. He's got to learn. You can't come out of a timeout like that and turn it over like that.
That's a big momentum booster for Egypt. Let's see if they can capitalize here.
So they get the bucket and the foul gives them possession. Here is a drive. And New Zealand escape. Egypt winning this quarter 15-6. Leafa. Well, who else but Leafa? He's been doing it all game. He and Delaney carrying the Tall Blacks. They've got 35 of the team's 55 points. Also Fotu back in. He's got 10 points. Here's the pass to Anas Saw. Beautiful finish. Anas Mahmoud. And Leafa called for a foul, or excuse me, Ahab Amin called for a foul, trying to get a charge.
You know, he might have had the charge, but I think he reached as he was trying to draw the charge. Take a look here. I think if he just tries to take the charge square.
Without reaching,
I think he's called for the reach in that situation.
Ahab Amin is going to go out of the game. Egypt New Zealand 21 of 26 at the line, 8 of 15 for New Zealand. So this is a spot where they've been winning the game. And Leafa now has 20 points. Ahab Amin out of the game. That's his 3rd foul. They do have foul trouble. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with 3 fouls. And that pass just a little off to Anas Mahmoud. And it is a Herculean task right now for Egypt. South Sudan winning by 23. Here is, Zahran drives in. Walter Brown in the game for New Zealand. And a foul called on Fotu, battling for position. Must have caught Anas Mahmoud in the kidney, or in the side.
And that was really away from the ball. So that's not a very good foul for Fotu. Save your fouls for more useful situations.
So Anas Mahmoud's going out. Egypt get the ball back, down by 5. Oh, Leafa read it beautifully. He's going to go in for the layup. 22 points now for Leafa.
And it was the ball pressure that created that long pass. The bounce pass slowed it down. Leafa ran the passing lane for the steal. Great play.
Good finish, El Ghazawi. So the foul puts New Zealand on the free throw line. It was on El Ghazawi, fouling Fotu.
Jeff, New Zealand seems to be in control of the game for the majority. Egypt seems to play frustrated, but we have a 6-point deficit.
Yeah, they're right there.
There's plenty of time if they can find some poise and composure and really execute.
Nice spin, but Marai does not score. It's a 7-point lead for New Zealand. Good job, Gendy reaching in. Oh! I'm not sure they got that one right. That looked like it went off of. And Roy Rana's going to go ahead and use this one because I think he knows.
I think if they win this, it will reinforce to the Egypt team, like, hey, we're going to overcome any frustration with the officials because we're going to win this challenge.
So Gendy, watch. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Egypt ball.
Okay, go back. Red, red. White, white.
What about King?
Okay, all the angle. This. Okay. Back. White, white.
No.
Okay, the last touch, white player. Okay, we have changed the initial decision. Okay, after the review, rec ball.
Okay.
Okay, go. Rec ball.
So that was, it looked obvious to me that it was red ball and live action, but then when they slowed it down, it wasn't so much Finn Delaney hitting it, but it was what happened after that, and that's when you slowed it down, you could see it almost hit Patrick Gardner, but they were able to tell it, so Roy Rana would rather not have to use that challenge, but you'd rather get possession back right now. Here's Gendy, and Gendy capitalizes.
Amir El Gendy has played so well out here tonight. 14 points in the game for his team. Playing like a captain, Jeff.
Finn Delaney from deep, that's good. He goes to 20 points. Mariah to the corner. Gardner fouled while attempting a three by Jordan Nartai.
Let's take a look at this closeout here. So again, as you see the contact, what you coach your players is right-hand shooter, close out with your right hand, fly by, right, left, left. You saw there for the left-hand shooter, he closed out on the opposite side, and there was the contact. So a fundamental mistake there, costing him with the foul for 3 free throws.
That is called just getting over the rim.
But he needs it right now. He started the third quarter really well. They need his production. Finn Delaney is clearly winning the matchup at the 4 in terms of production today. But we know Gardner can turn it on. This is the type of play, a foul and 3 free throw attempts that can get a guy going.
Gardner makes all 3. South Sudan have won 101-78 over Angola. 23 points. So that means, look at that, Delaney drives. It looks like South Sudan have 1 foot in the Olympics. What a story that will be unless Egypt pull off a not only a huge comeback, but get the, or pull off not only a comeback, but get a huge win to equal that points margin victory, 23 points. Gindy, veteran, scoring 16 points. Nice pass, and Delaney, another bucket
Most
for
times,
New Zealand's MVP.
Most times it's closeouts there, it's a backdoor cut. Finn Delaney in top form.
Walter Brown with the rebound. Final seconds ticking off the clock here in the quarter. Marai, it was a good job by Zahran to force the turnover, and he gets to the line. What do you think about him turning and sailing into the basket with his back to the defender?
So what we have seen from Zahran is excellent energy.
Okay, so it wasn't as bad as that, actually.
Yeah,
it was from the side.
Jeff, we've seen excellent energy. He's pushed the ball in transition. He's run the floor. He's played hard defense. So his effort is there. But finishing is a skill. And we've seen several times that he seems to play too fast for himself. And this is another one. That play is beautifully set up by Ahab Amin. You've got to complete that play. You've got to finish that play. And this is just a skill area that Amir Zarhan needs to focus on and improve.
Because they don't come up with anything after that. I mean, Ahab Amin's thinking, I should have just taken it myself.
Without a doubt, but he's too much of a team player. You know, he's a point guard. He's trying to set his teammates up.
68-61, New Zealand on top of Egypt. 10 minutes remaining.
As you see the numbers, again, a big free throw advantage. 24 for 29 for New Zealand, 11 for 20, only 55% for Egypt. Both teams even in the 2-point and 3-point field goal percentage area. Rebounds, 29-27 for New Zealand. Points in the paint, 34-28 for Egypt. And Jeff, bench points now, 34-30. No longer a significant advantage as the Egypt bench has stepped up. 34-30 bench points.
So Leafa has really supported. I mean, talk about 1-2 punches. Delaney and Leafa today have just really delivered it, haven't they? And at this stage, not that it matters, but you don't know who's going to finish as the leading scorer because they've both just been so productive.
Yeah, we've seen this New Zealand team have different players step up at different times. Ely, Tarangi, today, Delaney and Leafa.
So basically right now, if Egypt want to qualify directly for the Olympics, they need to come back and win this game by 23 points.
So that means...
But Mike, in my mind, I'm thinking if I'm Egypt, I want to win this game.
Yeah, I mean...
Just because I want to say I was better than New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean, they should focus on the game here itself, not worry about a score or opportunities for the future. You're playing this World Cup competition to find out what level you can finish at for the World Cup itself. It's unrealistic that they're going to win this quarter, you know, and have a 30-point victory margin.
Two free throws coming for Leafa. The foul, if it's on Ahab Amin, it's number 4. So he has 4 fouls, and a player that you need if you're Egypt to create, to get turnovers, to trigger fast breaks, to get back fast.
He's their leader. He's their leader.
He's got 10 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, and 4 fouls. And he walks forlornly over to the bench.
I'm sure Coach Rana said, hey, take a couple minutes, we'll get you right back in.
Walter Brown, who's signed with Tasmanian Jack Jumpers in the NBL as a developmental player representing his country here at the World Cup. That's quite impressive, isn't it? Here's Musa. It's the long rebound. Gindi. Good job, Gindi, getting the ball. Sauron drives, and there's the follow from Anas. One of the best players today for Egypt by far with his effort. 8 points, 6 rebounds, and a slew of blocks.
And Jeff, right now, one of the areas where the Egypt size and length.
Oh, what a beautiful drive by Tarangi.
Egypt has 13 offensive rebounds in the game. That has allowed them to stay close.
Here's Gardner missing. We felt like coming into the game, Egypt had an advantage inside, which maybe it was evident early, but it hasn't really been a determining factor at all, has it?
It has not.
Tarangi starting to heat up for New Zealand. And I think it's in New Zealand's best interest to win by as many points as possible, too, to boost their chances of getting to the Olympic qualifying tournament.
And we saw them struggle from beyond the arc in the first half. If they start hitting some threes, they could really break the game open.
Hey guys, when we say London Caster, it's for a reason, right? We're just accepting this. It's our last game of the World Cup, guys. This is it. How do you want to remember going out? As winners or as losers? It's a winnable game. And we're just giving up on plays. We're fouling for no reason. We come down the floor, we're forcing tough shots. We're not playing like...
Well, that's exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You know, Egypt, they may not win by 23 points and therefore beat South Sudan to the Olympics, but How do you want to remember this World Cup, with a win or with a loss?
And for some players, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For some players, you know, it's the end of their career. You never know what the individual situation is, so you've got to take advantage.
Look at the Isaiah Leafa effort meter. How much time he's been on the court. He's really done it. When he's done it, here he is. More minutes in this fourth quarter. Offensive foul, gives it back to Egypt.
Spain pick and roll action for Egypt. Well defended by New Zealand.
I mean, banks it in. Well, he's got the 4 fouls, but that's not going to stop him from playing. Leafa gets it right back. And boy, how many is he going to score today? 27.
Wetzel with an uphill dribble handoff to loosen up the defense. Leafa made him pay.
Anas quickly to the other end.
That's just so difficult for Delaney to deal with that length. Very impressive from Mahmoud.
Turnaround for Delaney. What a touch.
Are you kidding me, Jeff?
26 points. Did you see that contact with Anas Mahmoud? It was almost like Delaney invited it. Zahran. Amin. Zahran is short. And the ball stayed this end. 6:04 remaining, 10-point game. Just remembering the words in that last timeout in the last huddle for Egypt. How do you want to remember this World Cup? Do you want to go out with a win or a loss?
And again, it's a 10-point lead right now, but if you're New Zealand, you're concerned about the fact you're not finishing defensive possessions. You're allowing these offensive rebounds. You're not coming up with these 50-50 loose ball rebounds.
Anas, wow, he's had some quality play on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's been at a 5, he's been at a 4. I like his versatility in the front court.
Arabi in the game for the first time, and he gets the rebound. And Fotu with a push on Arabi.
So Arabi's size is difficult for the New Zealand team to deal with. He just simply sealed in the low post, and Fotu is called for the foul. That's a positive for Egypt. Just get in the game and draw a foul.
They have Amin, another drive into the heart of the defense. And Egypt cut the deficit back to 6 points, forcing Pero Cameron to call timeout.
Hey, rebound, back one.
Hey, if we're solid, listen to me. Solid defensively and rebound, we win the game. That's it, okay? Come on.
Hey, we got 5 minutes, boys. Dig deep, boys. Let's go. Dig deep.
The chance to go down out of this. Just be ready for it with the big dog.
24 flip. All right. Biggest thing is we're daring them on the threes, but we ain't coming up with the rebounds. Come up with the box outs, gang rebound, and we get this. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. 24 flip.
Anas Mahmoud now with a 14-point game. Amin now with 15. El Gandhi, the captain, has 16. $27 for Leafa is a game high, 26 for Finn Delaney. Those two guys have just been amazing today. Here they are again. Leafa over to Fotu.
Great play from Leafa. Fotu with a nice finish. That's a big bucket for New Zealand.
Here's Arabi, nice feed down low from, was that Anas that delivered that pass? Or no, it was Ahab Amin, excuse me.
That size is difficult right at the rim.
And the foul on the floor. Just so many good things, no matter what happens for Egypt. We already know they have the promise. They're going to be a real force, not just in African basketball, but international basketball overall. But to take the positives from this game, it would mean so much to them to get a win today.
Yeah, both of these teams have done so well.
Anas just continues. Anas Mahmoud, he's almost got a double-double. He's got 14 points, 8 rebounds. And Ahab Amin, what a drive for him. And Nartai with the hold. And Egypt with another opportunity to close the gap.
Amin uses his body so well. When he turns the corner, you see here, he gets leverage and uses his length. He draws the foul. Good spark for him here in the second half.
Well, you got one or two, 82-77. Can New Zealand keep the scoreboard ticking over? Because Egypt are not going away. Tarangi, feet set. Long rebound to Leafa. Leafa steps back. Misses everything. Omar Hussein, what a drive, and he's fouled by Leafa.
Hussein's had a tough day with the foul trouble. Hasn't seen a lot of action on the court, limited to 5 minutes because of his fouls.
And the second is good, so now back to a 4-point game. Oh, what it is! Anas Mahmoud, another big play.
But
He's got 16 points.
Jeff, that started again with Amin's front court ball pressure, and then another beautiful delivery in transition.
And another frustration. If anybody has a reason to be upset with a foul, it's him. He picks up a foul about every 20 seconds.
Yeah, so he's got 4 fouls in just over 5 minutes of play.
Just the way it works. Hiram Harris in the game.
And we have a 2-point game, Jeff.
Leapa gets to the baseline, gets it back, rushes the shot. Here comes, oh, Anas, he lost it. Leapa gets it back. What an unfortunate turnover for Anas Mahmoud. Leapa for 3, he skims the net. Heat check. Will they go to Anas Mahmoud, who's been hot? No, of course not. They will go to Ahab Amin for the 3-pointer. What a clutch shot for the man who has really consistently been there for Egypt in this World Cup.
Jeff, what a turnaround.
Oh, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Hussein has just been slapped with a technical foul because he walked out onto the court to talk to the referee. His team had already gone over to the bench, and it's been a theme for Egypt, which it seemed like had been rooted out, but it has come home to roost today in a big way. What a shocker. Hussein picks up his 5th foul, and now New Zealand will get a technical free throw.
You gotta meet the ball. All right, if Hiram gets it, throw back and he goes, you gotta go back, meet the ball, middle and sideline. The next thing, if they're in zone, just normal shake, just like we planned earlier. All right, any zone, shake. Easy. You got the shake off, kick, kick. Those are the 2 open shots. Here we go. 5.
Unbelievable. Mike, I think I've seen it all now. This is unbelievable.
So here's the pressure from Amin, the turnover, the great delivery and finish from Mahmoud. But Jeff, both teams were in their benches, huddled for the timeout. Hussein walked out to the officials, and clearly, I don't think the officials wanted to call the technical foul, but he wouldn't stop.
And Delaney makes the free throw, the technical free throw. What a colossal mistake. Mentally, it's not the physical mistakes, it's the mental. And until you master the mental part of the game, you're going nowhere.
He hurt his team. Tie game.
And I know that that's something that they've harped on, so I can't understand how this happened. Anyway. Nartai missing. Ahab Amin with the rebound. Ahab Amin.
They got away with that one. They had a breakdown in pick and roll coverage. They allowed the open 3.
Nartai, baseline, takes it back out to Delaney. Both he and Leapa, each with 27 points. Delaney beats it, and there's an offensive rebound for Yanni Wetzel. Tarangi for 3. And the ball batted out to Leapa.
And now it's Egypt who can't get a defensive rebound.
Leafa to Nartai for three. Count it! Well, you get 2, 3, 4 offensive rebounds. And boy, you see Shea Ili over there. Where's he been? He hasn't been in the game at all today. He must be exhausted. What a sequence. Leafa. It's been Leafa and Delaney's show, but really huge shot from Nartai.
Big old Anas, we have Gindi. We're going shirt 3 out of the sideline, out of bounds. Stagger, and then we're turning and we're staggering Gindi back out. Okay. On this second stagger, okay. Big O, you're going to be that second screener. Anas, you got to space. If he doesn't have a shot, you got to come and clean it up in a ball screen. Okay, got it?
Gindi, you can curl it.
Hey, what possession game? Lots of time. Let's
hey,
go.
we can take a 2 or 3.
Hey.
This was you saw that shout at the beginning of the game, which got the technical foul called on Delaney. Egypt have had 3 technical fouls today. Oh, looked like Delaney almost got away with an elbow there, but here he is hitting a 3-pointer.
He's been so good today.
Look at that, 6, 9, 9, and 3. And the Tall Blacks fans are hopeful. Delaney has a game-high efficiency plus 29, but Anas Mahmoud right behind him at plus 28 for Egypt. Will they look for a 3? Ahab Amin over to El Gindi for 3. It looks good! It is good! Goodness me, the captain! What a big-time shot from number 5, El Gindi. Now Leafa with the miss. The ball batted back out. Nartai had the open 3. They didn't pass to him for whatever reason. He just nailed one. Here's Leafa. Delaney drives in, high off the glass. The ball goes to Nartai. And another offensive rebound keeps the basketball with New Zealand. What a finish. Leafa for 3. They scrap for the ball, and it's going to be New Zealand basketball. Ahab Amin goes down in a clump, and that's the right call. Everybody, for whatever reason, they just can't get a rebound at this end. What a shot that is from El Gindi.
You know, El Gindi, he's been so impressive today as a veteran, as a leader. He's not the fastest guy. He doesn't have the best first step, but he knocks it down. At this end of the floor, because Egypt has been in the zone, they have struggled to grab those defensive rebounds, and now New Zealand's up to 14 offensive rebounds of their own.
The inbound the basketball to Wetzel. Here's Tarangi. Oh, and the blocking foul. And that is it for Ahab Amin. He is gone, and he doesn't want to say anything to the ref. He just needs to leave. Here it is again. And that's a good call.
He's definitely sliding. He's not set.
Don't do it.
They don't want the technical foul. You just got to go.
Now, Tarangi needs...
Good job by Anas Mahmoud to kind of shepherd him off the court.
Yes, indeed. Tarangi needs to knock these down, but Egypt will have 17 seconds to work with.
Tarangi makes it. There's the president of the Egyptian Basketball Federation watching this game, hoping his team can get another win here. Bring a towel out to mop up some sweat from the floor, which there's plenty of. See Mexico behind the bench over there. Egypt getting ready to come into the game. They're ready to come out for the warm-ups. And Tarangi makes both. I've got to be honest, Mike. I mean, I've enjoyed these games as much as I've enjoyed the games in the second round.
Yeah, if you love basketball, the intensity, the competition's been fantastic.
Player energy tracker. Amin played a lot of minutes.
Gindi, you're inbound the ball. Okay. Hatton, you're in. Shusha, you're out. Okay. We need another shooter out there if we need it. Again, we only need 2 here. We don't need a 3. Come up, throw it. They're coming hard off this screen. You're going to turn the corner. Also, you're going to clean them up, and then you're going to slip. It's short in, but we're throwing it to the top, coming hard. You got awesome screen. He's going to screen back. Patrick, go downhill. Whatever option you have. Hand it off.
Well, you know what, Mike? Finn Delaney, 27 points, 4 rebounds. This game could go to overtime. And if that does, then Egypt would still have a chance to get a 23-point win and beat South Sudan to go to the Olympics. I don't think that's going to happen, but
right now they've got to focus on this possession, win this possession. Without Amin, your main playmaker is out of the game. Looks like they put the ball in Gendi's hand.
He picks up the dribble. He gives it to Gardner. He's got to go. He doesn't have much time. He does. He lets it fly. They scrap for the basketball.
So, Jeff.
And a foul's been called on Marai.
You could just see the difficulty Egypt had in creating an advantage without Amin.
Watch here.
And give credit to New Zealand, especially Leafa. They needed 1 rebound and they got it.
Marai with the 4, so it's still a slight chance here, 0.4 seconds. So he misses that, and you almost wonder if he should miss this one. I think he should.
He should miss it because they only can really.
You got to miss it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize, but then again, if you do miss it, you don't want to miss it completely. You know what I mean? You want to hit the rim.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Well done.
Oh, good chance. Well, what a game. I feel like I'm out of breath, Mike. I mean, that was bubbling over with intensity. And a difficult game to manage, I felt like. And I think they did a pretty decent job under extenuating circumstances. I'm sure that Egypt would not agree with that, but at the end of the day, emotions boiled over a little bit too much today for the team in red. They gave up that late technical, and they end up losing by a couple. But New Zealand, 88-86, they win it over Egypt. So New Zealand boosts their prospects of getting to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. And Egypt, let's hope that they can draw the positives from this FIBA Basketball World Cup. Today got a little bit testy, perhaps understandably, and they really do need to focus on the positives, and I hope that they do, because they've been a great, great story here for me.
Yeah, they will focus on the positives. They will get better from this experience. They've had an excellent World Cup.
Well, hopefully, not just the players will focus on the positives, but everybody at the federation as well. like the Egyptian Basketball Federation president who is here. We keep seeing him, Magni Abufreka. He has a lot to be proud of the way this team has played. And again, it is part of the game. And every you know, you talk about emotional control. It is an issue in most games.
And unless you've been on this stage before, you know, it doesn't come natural. You have to understand how important it is to keep your composure. And New Zealand clearly was more focused and more poised in the game. There were several instances where the Egypt team let their frustrations boil over, and in the end, it's a 2-point result for New Zealand. But again,
look at the numbers. Each team with 7 makes from deep. Look at how many more. I mean, the free throws were the difference, clearly, for New Zealand. 16 more made free throws.
Yeah, so.
And rebounds in the end.
Those numbers are even. Those numbers are even.
But those last couple of possessions really helped in New Zealand with the rebounding.
Yeah. Leafa, Delaney, outstanding. But give credit. Amin was still productive, even though it wasn't his high-scoring game. El Gendi really gave Egypt a lot. You know, the competition level, Jeff, it is hard to win games at the World Cup. And little things mean a lot. And I think Egypt had a great World Cup, but they can look at this situation. Hey, next time we're in these decisive games, we've got to play with more poise and focus our energy better.
Well, Finn Delaney, I think, deservedly getting the TCL MVP of the game, the TCL player of the game. I mean, he was like just such a battler at this FIBA Basketball World Cup, and I know he's disappointed not to have advanced to the second round, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of good teams here. And what I was impressed by both of these teams is how they really came out and battled today.
Yeah, they understand. They have pride in their country. They understand the opportunity here. They're great fans from New Zealand. You know, this is one of those things that it's not just the top 8 or the championship game at the World Cup. It's all these games for classification, and we've seen some great classification games here. Today was no different.
And you raise a good point. There's a lot of people who spend money to come here to cheer you on. You need to put in a performance every time you step on the court.
Yeah, and you can see these guys, they put their heart into the game. They left it all out on the floor. For New Zealand, they just played with a little bit more poise and made 1 or 2 more plays.
But, you know, Anas Mahmoud, you know, Patrick Gardner didn't seem to be quite as influential today, and I don't know what happened there, but they've got so many good pieces in this Egypt team to build on towards the future. And I think overall they did much better with the emotional discipline for the start, for the whole tournament. I'm not saying it derailed them today, but it clearly didn't help, in my opinion. And hopefully moving forward, that'll just be something that you want that for all teams.
Right.
Just play through it.
Yes. And for me, you know, Gardner maybe didn't win the matchup with Delaney, but Amin, you could say, won the matchup with Shea Illy, as Illy was really not playing a lot today. But the guy that really stepped up was Isaiah Leafa. He was outstanding. What a really what a competitive game and solid game.
So New Zealand go to the top of Group N. Egypt finished second at 2-3. Mexico right now are 1-3, and Jordan are 0-4. So if you get into a 3-way tie, you would use goal differential tiebreaker to determine that who finishes first. So, well, New Zealand came here hoping to stay in the hunt for a spot in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments. Egypt had bigger aims to even get to the Olympics today with a resounding win. It didn't happen, but both teams battled hard, and that is par for the course at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.